If you've ever tried to build discipline by gritting your teeth and forcing yourself, you already know the trap. It's the model most of us inherit. Discipline as punishment. You set a heroic goal, you shame yourself for not meeting it, and you try to power through on raw willpower alone. And for a week, maybe two, it works. You feel the rush of being in control. But willpower is a finite resource, like a battery. And when it drains, and it always drains, the entire system collapses. The shame returns, louder. You didn't just fail a task, you failed as a person. So you resolve to try harder next time, with more shame, more force. This is the exhausting, demoralizing cycle the title warns you about. It's not a lack of effort, it's a flawed engine. You're trying to move a boulder by pushing against it every single day. And the promise of this video is to replace that model. Not with another hack, but with a system where discipline isn't a constant battle, but a quiet, sustainable identity. Think for a second. In that cycle of shame and force, where is the calm? Where is the self-mastery that lets you perform under pressure? It's missing because the method itself is the source of the conflict. So what's the alternative? The research points to a different engine entirely. In his book Atomic Habits, James Clear makes a crucial distinction. The most effective form of change isn't behavioral first, it's identity-based. It's the shift from I need to force myself to run to I am a runner. For Alex, this was the breakthrough. The goal wasn't to suffer through 3 miles. It was to collect evidence, through tiny actions, that he was the type of person who prioritizes his health. Every time he chose the stairs or took a walk, he wasn't just burning calories. He was casting a vote for his new identity. The motivation source flips. Instead of running from shame, you're running toward a belief about yourself. Discipline stops being a daily negotiation with a part of you that doesn't want to do the thing. It becomes the default behavior of the person you've decided you are. This is the quiet, sustainable system. You're not pushing the boulder. You're gradually changing the slope of the hill. So the question becomes, how do you start proving that identity to yourself today without the old heroic effort? So, how do you start proving that new identity today without the heroic effort? You begin with what I call the 2-minute proof. It's the smallest possible action that serves as evidence for your new belief. Instead of I will run for 30 minutes, the proof is I am a runner who puts on my shoes and steps outside for 2 minutes. This works for a few powerful reasons. First, it lowers the activation energy to near zero. Your brain's resistance, which screams at a 30-minute commitment, barely notices a 2-minute ask. Second, it creates a success feedback loop. Every time you complete it, you wire in a tiny piece of evidence. See? I do the things a person like me does. This isn't about the action size, but the identity signal it sends. Neuroplasticity responds to consistent repetition, not grand gestures. So, your move is this. Pick one identity statement. I am someone who writes. I am someone who moves my body. Then, design the laughably small, 2-minute version of that. Open the document and write 1 sentence. Do 2 minutes of stretching. Don't optimize for outcome. Optimize for the proof. Did you do the tiny thing that proves the identity? For Alex, this meant not trying to write a chapter, but writing 1 paragraph each morning. The compound effect wasn't a dramatic transformation overnight. It was a quiet confidence that grew. The discipline stopped feeling like a fight, because the action had become a reflection of who they were. That's the system. You're not pushing the boulder. You've changed the slope of the hill, 1 2-minute proof at a time.